In part 1, we have solved problem. This problem we have solved. We have find out the equations from these three mesh. After solving equation 5 and 6, we got these two answers. I2 is equal to minus 1.46 and I3 is 0.56 ampere, and from this we can calculate the value V1 by substituting this value I2 and I3 in equation 1. We get V1 is equal to 148 volt. Let us see the second problem for mesh analysis. We have to find mesh currents I1, I2 and I3 for the diagram given below. Here you can see there are three mesh are there and three currents already given in the problem I1, I2 and I3. All the three currents are flowing in clockwise direction. So our first step is assumption and observation. As the I1, I2, I3 is already given in this problem, that's why there is no need to assume the direction of the currents flowing through the mesh. From observation, we have to find the value of Vx. Vx is given here in this problem. I forget to write Vx, which is across 3 ohm. From observation of this circuit, we can see there is 15 ampere current source. There is 0.111 Vx. This is also current source, but this is a dependent source. 0.111 Vx is a dependent current source. It is called as voltage dependent current source because its value is depending on Vx, which is across 3 ohm, and 15 ampere is independent source. So from observation we have to find the value of Vx in terms of I1 and I2, so that we can use the value of Vx afterwards. So you can see we have to remember one thing. Since polarities are also given, polarities of Vx is also given. Now how to write the value of Vx? This is most important step. See, remember this basic concept. Let's say this is a resistor R, and if current I is flowing in this direction of this resistor, then there is a voltage drop across this resistor R having a polarity positive and negative, since current is flowing in this direction. Now if we consider this branch 3 ohm and this Vx, then in this branch there are two currents are flowing, I1 flowing from up to down and I2 is flowing from down to up. Both the currents are flowing through this 3 ohm. But if you consider the polarities because of I1, the voltage drop across 3 ohm will be positive here and negative here. And if you consider I2, then voltage drop across 3 ohm will be positive here and negative here. So because of current I1, you are getting this polarity positive and negative. And because of, if you consider current I2, then you are getting the polarity positive and negative. And Vx having already polarity is given for Vx, positive and negative. So this positive and negative is same as the polarities because of current I1, positive and negative. That's why we can write Vx is equal to 3 into, this is resistor. Always remember Ohm's law. Ohm's law is V is equal to IR. Always remember Vx is equal to 3 into I1 minus I2. I1 minus I2. 3 into difference of the currents. 3 into current. V is equal to R into I. So this is your first equation, value of Vx. In this way we have found the value of Vx. Because of I1 we get this polarities positive and negative, which is same as Vx. That's why we have written I1 first. If polarity matches with this polarity, then we can write I2 minus I1 like this. Now this is the first step, assumption and observation. From this we have observed the value of Vx come to the 3 Vx is equal to 3 into I1 minus I2. Now step 2, we have to apply KVL in mesh 1, mesh 2 and mesh 3. As we know that we have to write current source for this two current sources. We have to write equation for two current sources. There are two current sources are there, 0.111 Vx and 15 ampere. Now we have to apply KVL in each mesh. Let's consider mesh 3. In mesh 3, where current I3 is flowing, we can directly say that 15 ampere current source is there in that mesh. We can write I3 is equal to 15 ampere. We can write 15 ampere, which is equation number 2. And if you observe again in the circuit, for in mesh 1, here in mesh 1 there is current source is there, that is 0.111 Vx. Now you can see this current source is between this branch. Let's say this is A, B, this is C, this is D. So we can write the value of this 0.111 Vx. The current between these two points A and B, two currents are flowing. One is I3 and other is I1 in opposite direction. So we can write, I'll redraw it for you. So this is A, this is B. This current I1 is flowing in this direction and I3 is flowing in this direction. The value of this is 0.111 Vx. So resultant current is in this direction, same as I1. So I can write 0.111 Vx equal to I1 minus I3. If I substitute the value of Vx here, so 0.111 Vx is equal to I1 minus I3. 0.111 into 3 multiplied by I1 minus I2 equal to I1 minus I3. So this will be 0.333 I1 minus 0.333 I2 minus I1 plus I3 equal to 0. So this will be minus 0.667 I1 minus 0.333 I2 plus I3 equal to 0. So here we'll get the equation number 3. See here again, 0.111 Vx is a current source having this direction. The current I1 is flowing in this direction and I3 is flowing in this direction. That's why the resultant current's direction is same as I1. That's why I have written 0.111 Vx is equal to I1 minus I3. Now we have to apply KVL in mesh 2. So because of this I2, the polarities are positive, negative, positive, negative and positive, negative. So if you apply KVL here, you will get, since through this 3 ohm two currents are flowing, that is I1 and I2, but now we are considering current I2 and these polarities. That's why we can write minus 3 into positive to negative minus 3 into I2 minus I1. Then positive to negative, since from this 1 ohm resistor two currents are flowing, that is I2 and I3, but we are considering these polarities because of I2. That's why we can write minus 1 into I2 minus I3, and then positive to negative minus 2 into I2, which is equal to 0. Now from this we will get minus 3 into I1 plus 6 I2 minus I3 equal to 0. Minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4, minus 2 minus 6, and this minus minus plus we are getting like this. This is minus 6 I2 plus 3 I1 and plus I3 equal to 0. If we shift all these terms to that side, we will get minus 3 I1 plus 6 I2 minus I3 equal to 0. And this is your question number 4. So third equation is, I am rewriting this equation for you, 0.667 I1 minus 0.333 I2 plus I3 equal to 0. This is equation number 3. And equation number, from this, and you know the value of I3 from equation number 2. This is equation number 2. So from this equation 2, 3 and 4, if we solve in calculator, all of you see this calculator. Equation 3 unknowns are there. You can see A1 is 0, B1 0, C1 is 1 and D1 is 15. Now equation 3, consider equation 3, minus 0.667 B2 minus 0.333, then C2 1, then D2 0. Then equation number 4, minus 3 D3 6 and minus 1 0. You can see the value for I1 is 16.99. I1 is equal to 16.99 ampere. I2 is equal to 10.99 ampere, and I3 is equal to 15 ampere. So this is approximately 17 ampere, 11 ampere, and this is 30. In this way you can solve the mesh currents I1, I2 and I3. You can also substitute the value of I3 in equation 3 and 4. Then there will be only two unknowns, I2 and I3. Then also you can solve the same two equations with two unknowns. then you will get the value of I1 and I2 only using the by selecting the two equations like equation 2 is. Okay, thank you.